The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. That ball complete to Isabella. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 45 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. That catch good for only a couple.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. And Jackson throwing once more. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And Tucker left that one out to the right. It's no good, off the mark, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best. They're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Complete.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the Bears are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on third and goal. They'll try and run Taylor, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Jackson. Man open, it's Goodwin. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Again, Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up second.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Bears nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They run with Taylor. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. On now, Tucker McCann.
On for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there gets them a bit closer, but you can bet there's probably some guys on that sideline, Charles, thinking we deserve a better play.
No doubt, Brandon. Those 2 misses earlier are kind of hanging over them right about now. In a tight one like this, if those are makes, then obviously this is a completely different game.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And 11 at the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. flush to his right. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
2nd and 4 at the Bears' 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. To throw again is Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
Intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Bears.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Taylor. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Patrick Queen able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. Jackson now down around his goal line. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
That's the reason we ball for.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Gain of 2 yards.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Yardage brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Bears.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The give to Taylor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now Jackson back into his end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Get changed, name, how about your respect?
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice gain at 21 yards.
The 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
50-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Able to find Isabella. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That's another Baltimore first down.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
That almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Baltimore, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.